Just when we thought reality television couldn't get any more weird, A&E throws us adults adopting adults. When a man tries to convince his wife that they should adopt a 20-year-old pregnant woman from Austria, naturally, drama ensues. And we're here for it. Why would an adult adopt another adult? The big question on everyone's mind, why would an adult adopt an adult? According to LegalZoom, the most common reason an adult would adopt an adult is for inheritance purposes. But for Ohio couple Danny and Christy, the reason isn't as clear. They've made the decision to adopt a 20-year-old pregnant woman from Austria who they found on social media and have never actually met.
Did you ever think we would be adopting a grown woman?
And here we go.
Why? It's hard to say, but as the episodes progress, it becomes clear that one half of the marriage is much more into the idea than the other, and that's Danny. Who are Danny and Christy? Let's set the stage. They weren't able to have kids of their own, and the driving factor for the couple to choose to adopt a 20-year-old pregnant woman from Austria. Or rather, Danny has decided this. And Christy is going along with it because she apparently has no say in their marriage and doesn't have the backbone to stand up to her husband. Three's Company. Danny met Illeana in a Facebook adult adoption group after Illeana posted her life story and noted that she's alone because her father passed away when she was very young. Danny says he always wanted a daughter to be his legacy.
I've always wanted a daughter in my life.
Christy does not seem to be along for the ride. She spends about 2/3 of her screen time crying and on the verge of a mental breakdown. It becomes increasingly obvious that Christy does not want a strange pregnant girl moving into her home, but she really isn't being given a choice.
We're spending money on Ileana's plane tickets, and now she's ghosted us.
Second time's a charm. Oddly enough, this isn't Danny's first attempt to adopt an adult. He attempted to adopt an 18-year-old in the past. He claims that he chose not to pursue her because he began to develop feelings for her.
Because I actually started having feelings for her. She was a very beautiful young lady.
It almost ended his relationship with his wife, and he promised Christy it would never happen again. But as we can all see, Danny doesn't seem to be very good at keeping promises. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Not only did Danny fail at his first adult adoption by falling for the adoptee, he also has a history of being unfaithful to his wife.
I cheated on my wife with another woman. There's just no other plain way to say that.
Christy spills the beans in her interview that Danny has cheated on her in the past. And it's a driving force behind Christy's reluctance to adopt Illeana.
Because Danny's been unfaithful in the past, I don't feel that Illeana is ever going to be a good fit for our family.
Danny continually makes creepy, inappropriate jokes about Illeana to his wife. Talk about uncomfortable. Tell us how you really feel, Christy. Christy is far less willing to let a stranger into her home. She buys a trailer for Illeana to live in.
There's a stranger who's living in my house.
Her friends don't even like him and use very strong words to express their dislike for Danny. When asked by producers what is her motive for adopting an adult woman, Christy says, "For the love of my family."
Christy, what's your motivation?
It's love for our family, he and I being the family.
Christy has a lot of concerns if Illeana is legit. Is she catfishing them? Does she want money? Slowly and publicly, Christy begins to open up and unravel, expressing her disgust for being forced to tolerate Illeana. Christy seems like a woman who accidentally fell into a horror movie, and we find ourselves yelling at our TVs from our couch, yelling, "Get out of there, Christy." Illeana says jump, Danny says how high. It becomes clear that Illeana has Danny wrapped around her finger. After only staying in the trailer for a day, he's already buying her all of her baby stuff, and she takes no time filling up the cart. He and Christy drive Illeana to her doctor's appointments, and the bills rack up. Danny doesn't seem to care that it's costing him thousands of dollars. What is going on with Danny's survival business? Danny and Christy give Illeana a tour of the property, which is just acres and acres of junk strewn about. If being thrown in the middle of a messy marriage and having to live outside in a trailer wasn't uncomfortable enough for Illeana, the giant sign warning trespassers that there are cameras all over the property is the cherry on top of the uncomfy cake.
I definitely feel nervous being here. I never expected that. I thought things would be very different.
Danny and Christy reveal that they used to own a survivalist business. Not much is known about this business, but according to social media, in 2017 they signed up for Mission Uncharted, a competition-driven company with events such as hiking, backpacking, and survival activities. And a local newspaper shows that Danny trained to be an instructor at a local survivor camp. how did they end up on the show? Adult adoption appears to be one of those gray areas that varies in terms of legality wherever you go. American regulations vary from state to state. Adults Adopting Adults focuses on a collection of tales, each one as absurd as the last. The producers of the show just want to see the uncomfortable reactions of those involved.
This is all so weird.
In fact, the more uncomfortable the spouses, the better. And boy, do Christy and Danny make us uncomfortable. It's no wonder they were picked for the series. Their adoption case is by far the creepiest. People are finding it hard to come to terms with how to justify Danny and Christy adopting a 20-year-old pregnant woman. The fact that Danny developed feelings for an adoptee in the past has viewers with lots of negative feelings about their situation. Do you think Danny's reasons for adopting Illeana are sincere, or is he up to no good? When the show is over and you're left wanting more, we've got you covered. Don't forget to like and subscribe to The Things Reality to get all the latest news and celebrity reality gossip all in one place.